I'm here with Chris Hay from LITPro, which is a very popular data acquisition device.
Yeah, it's like data acquisition for your body. We can take data from heart rates to G-forces, we can do lap times, speeds, we can analyze the lines on the track, and we have really accurate GPS, so we can see exactly what's going on.
Okay, for today's comparison, RV is going to ride a 125, a 250, 250F, and a 450F. This actual test was his idea. He wanted to see what the difference between each bike is and compare and contrast. Mostly 125 versus 250F and 250 versus 450F, but what type of data can the LITPro provide that would be interesting in this comparison?
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see what kind of G-forces it takes for each bike to ride, and also we've started to measure intensity with G-force. So we'll be able to see how much effort it takes to ride each different bike. We can just see one part of the track, we can analyse one straight, or we can analyse one corner or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see the difference between all the bikes.
Okay, so will the excitement about riding a two-stroke and the sound and the revving affect his heart rate?
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see. Hopefully we'll see some good information. I'm excited to see it because I've never done it before. So.
I'm here with my longtime buddy Mike Ulrich from Yamaha. We've been talking about this 4-bike comparison with RV for a little while now. Took a little while to round up all the bikes, but what are your hunches today about results?
Yeah, like you said, we've been talking about it for a while. I have a feeling the 450 is still going to take it. I'm a 450 guy. I'm a little bit bigger, so that's kind of my choice, but I think it'll be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, Yamaha is the only Japanese manufacturer that continues to produce two-stroke motocross bikes. So I'm assuming that the demand and popularity is still there if Yamaha continues to offer them for sale.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it took some convincing at first for our Japanese guys to kind of keep producing them. But, over the last few years, the popularity has definitely gone up. I think more people are asking for the two-strokes and even asking for development on new two-strokes, and I think it's heading in the right direction. I think if it keeps growing, then we'll keep it alive and keep producing them.
Cool. Well, hey, thanks for the support today. I'm looking forward to seeing RV rip all of them. It's always fun to watch a very skilled rider ride a two-stroke. Okay, we're at world famous Nessie Burgers outside of Paula, California. So Ryan, today you spent some time on all of the full-size motocross bikes that Yamaha produces, the YZ125 and 250 two-strokes, the 250 and 450F four-stroke. You came to me with this idea a couple months ago. Why don't you tell us what your concept for the test was?
Well, I didn't think it had ever been done, but I wanted to, get some data and get some, I guess testing done and figure out, what the real difference is between a 125 and a 250F and a 252 stroke versus a 450. So, we called upon LITPro to give us, some of that pretty cool data. And actually, that's the first time I was able to use the LITPro, because it came in right after my time of racing. And so the amount of feedback and data that it gives you is pretty, phenomenal. It's almost too much information. So we were able to put that on and go through all 4 bikes and 2 different classes of motorcycles, the lights class and the premier class, the 450 class. So just to see the difference between enter or exit to the turn, how fast do you get to your midway speed, and then at the end of the straightaway speed and things like that. And the LITPro's cool too, because it gives you the G-forces. But so far it was a good test. It wasn't as big of a difference as I thought it was going to be. But those guys.
Funny how the data proved what you felt wrong, kind of. Because it probably felt a lot different. Seat of the pants.
It did. It did for sure. There was one of the straightaways at Paula that we were going down. And I think the 252 stroke was 60 miles an hour, and the 450 ended up being like 62.8 or something. So faster, but not the numbers that I was thinking. You have to calculate and figure out, okay, the bike weighs a lot more, so when that tracks you down and hits you and things like that, and stopping it and getting it leaned over and turned. So there's some other factors, and they'll go back and compile the data.
There's some stuff like we'll get the data from like the acceleration and then the G-forces put on the rider and stuff. So I'm sure the G-forces put on you on the 450 are far greater than on the 252 stroke.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's even worse with the 120 250F versus the 125. But overall the 2 bikes. Actually, I went out on the 252 stroke, and I went out on one of the premier track at Paula, and there was a lot of guys out there. There's not a lot of straightaways and there's a lot of turning on this particular track, and the 252 stroke was really hard to ride because it's the amount of throttle control and clutch and the acceleration bumps, where the 450 you're able to just kind of roll the throttle on and don't touch the clutch and just kind of be in that good gear all the time.
Yeah. You have to stand by for a future issue of Transworld Motocross for all the data, all the fun charts, and all the lap times and G-force specs that we're going to have to go through to compile the information in the magazine story. But for now, it was a real interesting day out at Paula. It was cool getting to see this guy ride 4 different bikes. And I guess if you were going to be a recreational dude and just have a bike, which of the 4 would you choose?
For me, I had actually had a lot of fun on that 250, the Yamaha 250F. That bike there it's got a lot of power. It doesn't have too much power. It's a little bit lighter. It's easier to turn. Overall, that bike, if I was a guy going to a shop and buying one, that's I guess my size, that would probably be the bike that I would buy.